Gaming companies are trembling on their knees after new regulation in China was released. The main goal of this regulation is to hit back at mechanisms which enable and encourage gambling addiction in video games, which is a real issue in China. The most impactful consequences of this regulation are spending limits will be set for players. There is a ban on rewards for logging into a game on daily basis, also known as the daily rewards. And probability-based loot mechanisms, which work with real money, such as loot boxes, are banned. This new regulation drastically impacted the share price of the owner of Riot Games, Tencent, as their self-proclaimed mobile version of League of Legends, Honor of Kings, is the most popular mobile game in China. But also NetEase, a company which specializes in making mobile games for the Chinese market, and which has partnered with other studios to make Chinese mobile adaptations of games such as World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, Overwatch, and the infamous Diablo Immortal.
You guys not have phones?
So its valuation sharply declined. We now go live to the average pancake who is reporting on site with the latest updates.
Everything's great, the ruling party is amazing, everything they do is awesome, and I absolutely cannot complain about the quality of life here.
He'll be fine. Now you may be thinking, damn, well done
China
for making these companies bend over and take it in their vagina.
China.
However, the regulation is still a draft, which means the public and the affected companies can still provide official feedback to the government before the regulation becomes implemented. And guess what? After the draft regulation was released on Friday, on Saturday, the Chinese government already released a statement that they would carefully consider any received feedback, likely in an attempt to stop concerns of large impacts on profitability. Because after all, remember those two companies I mentioned, Tencent and NetEase? Well, they are the first and fourth largest tech companies in China, which means they generate massive amounts of tax revenue for the government and are also a useful tool for the Chinese government to do Chinese government things. So in conclusion, money! We'll have to see what the regulation looks like when it becomes final. In other news, Ricochet, Call of Duty's anti-cheat system, has banned almost 23,000 accounts for cheating since November. The team has devised some devious ways to apply the anti-cheat measures, such as the so-called splat feature, which makes cheaters plummet to their deaths even in the smallest of jumps.
Help me.
There's some sadistic folk over there in Team Ricochet, and I'm all for it. There remains a lot of work to do, of course, as some people have complained that they have been wrongly banned. Well, that's exactly what a cheater would say, isn't it? Holy shit. 250k followers. Better not make fun of this lady. Man, I wish I was this successful.
Nice rack. Oh, thank you. I literally just installed these.
Players do remain vocal about the number of cheaters in both Call of Duty Warzone and Modern Warfare 3, as 23,000 bans is likely just a drop in the bucket given the massive stable player base that Call of Duty has, unlike some other games. And in a final piece of news, Sony crowns the Sony game Spider-Man 2 as the best game of 23 at the Sony Game Awards. Subscribe for more donut news. Okay, thanks, bye.